Hey, welcome back, guys. We have finally been blessed with the official full-length trailer for Raising Kanan Season 2, and there are a plethora of images to dive into, including the complex relationship between Kanan and his #1 girl and series villain, Rock, and even Defcon, Kanan's estranged father. In this video, we'll be breaking down the new sequences frame by frame and providing analysis throughout. Quick side note, for all my people who are fans of P-Valley, be sure to check those videos out as well, as I've been covering the entire new season. The new Episode 7 breakdown will be up shortly after this. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification to immediately receive these videos. Also, big thank you to all of my channel donors. If you'd like to be the next one, drop $1 on that Cash App for us. And lastly, a spoiler alert is now in effect for all things Power. Here we go. You're getting to an age, Kanan, where you're going to want to start figuring out what you want for your life, making your mark on this world. The trailer begins with these cryptic words by Kanan's mother, Raquel. And just as she's expressing this wisdom to her son, she's simultaneously living it herself. Rock made her decisions last season in an effort to make her own mark on this world via the drug game, even at the cost of her own family, Kanan being the biggest potential casualty of collateral damage following his shooting of Detective Malcolm Howard, his true forebear and Rock's nemesis. Those decisions have seemingly carried over to this new season, as we witness Rock having intense dealings with the Italian mob throughout, led by Sal Baselli, who's described as equally powerful and charismatic. Baselli confronts Rock in the trailer, describing her as the little broad creating big problems. Her expansion efforts are undoubtedly what he's referring to, as the crime leader controls the drug trade in Newark, New Jersey, and be it that territory is just over the bridge from New York, then it's easy to see the forthcoming conflict and surefire deadly backlash from Rock meddling in their money. Another nod to this inevitable dispute is depicted through Rock holding a blade to one of the mob members' neck, giving us insight on the war to come between the two factions, a war that Rock will almost definitely lose if her family remains fragmented, another major aspect to the new trailer images. The inner turmoil within the Thomas family is on full display throughout the trailer, beginning with Rock and Kanan, the two focal points of the series. Kanan expresses regret for his decision to enter the game against his mother's wishes, and falls further into his dark descent based on what we're given, even assisting Rock in burying a dead body. If you saw my video breaking down those early episode titles from a few months back, then you'll understand the reference. There will be an episode regarding an unknown death, and that body will likely be buried in the Catskill Mountain region of New York. This could be one of the mob antagonists, or even worse, Howard himself, who seems to be keeping a low profile post-shooting. The trailer doesn't suggest that Rock and the crew are aware of his current lively state of being, and if they do in fact assume he's dead, it would lend credence to why he's moving in the shadows, waiting for the right time to reveal the truth. But what if he's not even given the chance? I wonder if Rock will neutralize him herself upon learning of his well-being, and have Kanan help her bury the man he derived from. That would fall in line with Rock's overly savage nature, and keep her secret. This would also serve as an opening to what we witnessed later in the trailer, Kanan's introduction to Defcon, his believed to be father. The most interesting thing about their interaction is that Defcon treats Kanan just how Kanan would later treat Sean under that same incarcerated context. He attempts to make his boy a man. Kanan would capitulate to his father's whims based on how his life ended up and what was shown subsequently after their meeting. But Sean, as we know, would fail in that regard, forcing a black and white-minded Kanan to end his life due to disloyalty. There's other issues as well, getting back to the Thomas family element. Marvin and Lulu seem unsure about their sister's expansion efforts, and this is shown during their meeting with Baselli. Lou even openly questions his sister's logic in the matter, much to her chagrin. His apprehensions are surely fueled by his record label aspirations, to which he's juggling alongside his criminal life. Some of that latter portion is definitely spilling over into his legitimate dealings, as we see him confronting Crown at gunpoint later in the trailer. Jukebox is also a critical element of the family fallout. We're given images of her and her estranged mother, Kenya, who's a former aspiring singer turned churchgoer. That void reintroducing itself to her life will only amplify the problems between her and her father, Marvin, as the two ended on a tumultuous note last season. And based on Lulu and Marvin's previous fight, we know that the elder Thomas greatly resents Juke's mother. Such sentiments come to blows, literally, as we witness Kenya slapping the clean shit out of Marvin, likely due to his toxic expression of her trespasses against him in pursuit of fame and glory. Duke is also another catalyst in trying to get Kanan to see Rock for who she truly is, by addressing the foul nature of having him shoot Detective Howard. Kanan's walk this season has been suggested to be even darker than before, a compensation for the consequences committed in Season 1. A critical fallout with his mother would be a major element and climax to his irreversible descent into the criminal abyss. That cold-hearted, ruthless bastard who would destroy anyone or thing that crossed him. His mother's failings will be the source of such a broken soul, and we're seeing it play out in real time throughout their family dynamic and destruction. There are a few additional images to discuss before we wrap this one. We do get a Symphony sighting, who we last saw escorting Kanan out of town at Rock's behest. Although their relationship status is unclear based on what we're shown, one can assume that their romance is all but dissipated due to Rock's hurtful flurry against him at the hospital, coupled with their hunger for more power at any expense. The mild-mannered professor is advocating for his former student, but to no avail on the surface. Though he has no speaking highlights in the trailer, we do see an overjoyed Famous on the corner with his old friend during the hustling scene directly following Kay's meeting with DEF CON. He hasn't lost a step based on his expression, but the consequences of his local hit song have gone unanswered to date, and I don't believe that will stand for the full season. Warrell is another familiar face shown throughout the trailer, once during a full montage scene, and another in the background during what seems to be a standoff between Rock and Neek's crew. A couple of new characters are sprinkled in between, including Crown and Lou's new singer Zysa, or Zisa, y'all let me know how that's pronounced, and businessman Duns Fareed. But the largest reintroduction is that of Neek himself, who is going through it in prison by the looks of things. I don't believe he'll spend the entire season there though, as Howard will likely speak in his defense, liberating Rock's scorned adversary and putting him on a warpath against his framer. There's just so many possibilities for the season to come, and I just can't wait to see how it all plays out. But what are your thoughts on all of this? How will Rock and Kanan's relationship develop in Season 2? Be sure to drop me your opinions in the comments below. As always, I thank you for watching today's video. If you liked today's video, go ahead and drop $1 on that Cash App for us, hit the like button, share it with your friends who are Power fans, and subscribe for more content such as this. This is Rudy P. Magic of Rudy P. Magic Beats, and have a blessed one until the next one. Peace, y'all.